Welcome to Part 3 of Getting Started in eRing Binder, Working with Your Binder. To learn how to create and organize your digital binder, check the links in the description for Parts 1 and 2. In this video, you will learn some useful tips for working with your digital binder in eRing Binder. eRing Binder features high-speed navigation across your documents. You can navigate between your documents by double-clicking on the document in the navigation list, by right-clicking and selecting Go to Document, or by simply scrolling to the next document in eRing Binder's document viewer. You can search through your documents by clicking the Search button under the Navigate tab, or by pressing Ctrl and F on Windows or Command and F on Mac. eRing Binder lets you set the scope of your search. When you search, you can tell eRing Binder to focus your search on the current document, the current tab, the filtered documents if you have active filters, or all of your documents. If there are important terms or phrases that you want to keep track of across sessions, and you don't want to keep searching repeatedly, you can use eRing Binder's Keyword Index. To open the Keyword Index, click the Show Keyword Index button under the Navigate tab. To add terms to your Keyword Index, simply type it to the text box and press Submit. eRing Binder will search all of your documents and create a list of hyperlinks for each document and each page that term appears on. Your Keyword Index automatically updates as you add, remove, or reorder your documents. If the term that you've entered is already in your Keyword Index, eRing Binder will scroll directly to that entry. You can remove a term from your Keyword Index by clicking on the X in that term's box. Your Keyword Index is saved along with your binder, so the next time you open your binder, your Keyword Index will be ready to use immediately. Lastly, your Keyword Index can be exported alongside your binder, as we'll show you later in this video. Another way that you can keep track of important sections in your documents is by adding custom bookmarks. To create a custom bookmark, simply right-click on your document where you would like to place a bookmark and select the option to Add Bookmark. Under the current document in the navigation list, you'll have the option to name your new bookmark. All of your bookmarks will appear in order based on their location within the document. Right-clicking on a bookmark will give you the option to jump to the bookmark, rename the bookmark, or delete the bookmark. You can also quickly navigate to a bookmark by double-clicking on it in the navigation list. You can show or hide your bookmarks by pressing the Show Bookmarks button in the Navigate tab. This will also show or hide the visual bookmark indicator in the document viewer. eRing Binder contains a built-in notepad for each of your documents, so you no longer need to switch between windows to take notes. To show or hide the notepad, click the Add Notes button under the Organize tab. You can resize the viewer by dragging on the gray bar, and change where the notepad appears in the window by clicking on the docking icon in the top right corner. The notepad allows you to bold and italicize text and create bulleted and numbered lists. Each document contains its own notepad, and your changes are preserved whenever you switch between your documents. Your notepads are saved whenever you save your binder and can be exported, as you'll see later in this video. eRing Binder allows you to mark up your documents with highlighting and free text annotations. To enter markup mode, select either the highlight or text box option from the floating markup toolbar. While in markup mode, you can choose the color of your markup ink and the size of your text box text. You can also select existing markup to move or delete it. To exit markup mode, click on the Active Markup option. You can delete all annotations from a document by right-clicking the document in the viewer and selecting the option to clear all annotations. Now, what if you want to share your binder with someone who doesn't have eRing Binder? eRing Binder lets you export the documents from your binder into a zip folder containing PDFs or as a single combined PDF. To start your export, you have three options. You can select documents from the navigation list, right-click the selection, and select Print Export Documents. You can right-click on a custom tab and select Print Export tab, or you can open the program menu by clicking the eRing Binder logo in the top left of the screen and select Print Export All Documents. Doing any of these options will open an export window listing the selected documents for export. The left side of the export window contains your document and note selections. You can add or remove documents from your export by clicking the Show More Documents button. Doing so will display a grid containing all of the documents in your binder, as well as checkboxes indicating whether each document will be included in the export. You can click the checkbox to change whether a document is included in the export. On the right side of the screen, you'll see the ability to change your export format between a zip folder or a combined PDF. You can hover over the info icon to see a preview of the naming convention for the zip folder contents. To change that naming convention, click on the Modify File Name Format button. In the window that pops up, you can define a custom naming convention using the text box and the buttons. Press Submit and mouse over the info icon again to see your new file name preview. You'll also see the option to choose the file path for your exported zip folder. If you do not set one ahead of time, you'll be prompted to choose the file path when you press Submit. If you select the Combined PDF option when you click the Submit button, a new window will open displaying a new Combined PDF. In the top right of the new window, you'll see the options to save and to print the file. The Combined PDF will include bookmarks to your table of contents, the start of each of your exported documents, and your keyword index. Regardless of whether you've chosen to export to a zip folder or to a combined PDF, your exported documents will include the custom bookmarks that you've added within eRing Binder. eRing Binder also lets you export your notes, table of contents, custom cover pages, keyword index, and annotations. To export your notes, click the button labeled Include Notes in Export. This will expand the document selection grid to include a column for notes. You can undo this by clicking Remove Notes from Export. Click a document's checkbox in the Export Notes column to toggle whether a document's notes will be included in the export. It's possible to export only notes and not your documents by deselecting all boxes in the Export Document column. If you've included any notes in your export selection, you'll see the option to set the file path location of your notes. Your notes are exported into a docx file, and each document's notes will appear on a fresh page. To export your table of contents, make sure the option to Include Table of Contents is checked. The exported table of contents will include only the documents that you've selected for export and will list each document's label, name, and the page that the document appears on within the exported binder. If you've selected the Combined PDF Export option, the table of contents will appear at the beginning of the PDF. If you've selected the zip folder export option, the table of contents will appear in a file named index.pdf. To export your custom cover pages, make sure the option to Include Cover Pages is checked. Your exported cover pages will be included before each of the documents in your exported binder. To export your keyword index, make sure the option to Include Keyword Index is checked. The exported keyword index will include only documents that you've selected for export. If you have selected the Combined PDF Export option, the keyword index will appear at the end of the PDF and will provide hyperlinks to each page. If you've selected the zip folder export option, the keyword index will appear in a file named keywordindex.pdf. Lastly, you'll have the option to include or remove markup in your exported binder. This can be useful to ensure that you've scrubbed any highlighting or text box annotations from your exported binder. eRing Binder also provides you with two tools to present your binder virtually: Presentation Mode and Pop-Out Windows. Presentation Mode will bring the PDF viewer into a full-screen mode. To start Presentation Mode, right-click on a document in the viewer and select View in Presentation Mode. Presentation Mode will display only the documents that are currently active in your viewer, so it takes into account any filters or custom tabs that you have active. Other aspects of your binder, such as the navigation list, custom tabs, and notepads, will be hidden while Presentation Mode is active. Presentation Mode allows you to jump to the previous or next page by clicking on the left or right side of the screen. If you hold Control on Windows or Command on Mac, you can quickly jump between your documents. You can exit Presentation Mode by pressing the Escape key. If you would like to access your main binder while still presenting your documents, you can use eRing Binder's pop-out windows. To create a pop-out window, right-click on Documents in the navigation list or in the viewer and select Open in Pop-Out Window. eRing Binder will create a new window containing the PDF viewer for only the selected documents, allowing you to share that window while keeping details of your main binder, such as your notepads or document nicknames, hidden from your audience.